Hello, hello. Hello, Kit, specifically. Welcome back. We're doing Mass Effect 2 RNG. We should have just talked to everybody, but we're going to just triple check. Okay, well, there's no messages for me, so that tells me I've already done all this, but... Okay, so we're about to go back to the map, immediately get some RNG to see where we're going next, and go from there. And see what we're in for. And I very much appreciate that this map will tell you when you've been everywhere in a system, because then you know.
We have used half our fuel.
Okay, I've used half our fuel. Thank you, Edie. But it means I don't have to write down nearly as much nonsense. Get fuel and probes. And now let's look if that works. So that's 100%. There are places to go there. Here's that's 1, 2, 3. Gosh, stuff is all overlapping each other. That's 4, 5, 6 places to go. 7 places to go. Okay. That would help if I did the thing. Still haven't figured out why it cuts off game audio when I leave the window, unlike Mass Effect 1, which never did that, but that's okay. And we kind of vaguely go left to right, and then top to bottom. So I'm going to call that 1, 2, 3, and this would be 4. So it looks like we might be picking up Grunt. If there's anything else to do in this place other than pick up Grunt, but hey. I don't know what you're referencing with Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota. You're referencing me, if you say so. Now, I suppose I should spin to see... Ah! Yes, I've been everywhere, man. I do know what you're referencing. Okay, so there's 5 systems within this system. So that's going to be Malgus. If I start at that being the top and then go to this next row. So what's likely going to happen as I first get to a lot of systems is most of them are just there to be scanned, so... I mean, I guess I can still do it. I was going to say it might not be worth doing RNG for these because I'm mostly just going to hit all these planets, realize there's nothing there, and then leave. But sometimes you come across like a little mission that'll reset the thing. So, some thoroughly exciting footage of me strip mining planets here. But thankfully there's a lot less of this. I don't remember what they changed, if anything, for the Legendary Edition, but... just having played this game so many times, I used to, every planet I would touch, I would go until it was out of resources. It goes, like, rich to plentiful to moderate to poor to depleted, I think. Is a scale of how much is on the planet. And I would make everything go to depleted, which was probably not good for the environment, but I wanted to make sure I had the stuff I needed. But over time I learned that you really only had to go to like moderate, which means a good chunk of the planets you can just skip. Because you don't need to strip mine everything. And in this particular run through, we may not need to even go that far, but we still will. But we haven't got to the point where we've been able to ask people about upgrading the ship. But when we do, we're going to flip a coin.
Probe launched.
And when we flip that coin, now let's see, that went from good to depleted immediately. If we don't upgrade the ship, we don't upgrade the ship, which is, you know, bad news bears. but it is the will of the RNG. Alright, so we're going over here next. And if we don't upgrade the ship much, we won't need nearly as many resources.
Probe launched.
There's plenty of like personal equipment upgrade researches,
Probe away.
and those I'm not going to bother RNGing with. I'll still buy what I want. That was my rule last time. Was in Mass Effect 1 was if it's a store, I can just talk to them normally and buy things as needed. Now there are some shopkeepers. We saw it on the Citadel. A lot of them you don't buy by talking to them. You just talk to them, like use their kiosk, and they're there to have little side quest stuff. So that we will still RNG. If there's a side quest to be had, we'll see if we'll take it. Yeah,
Launching probe.
this was definitely a low point. Mass Effect 2 is a great game, but this is a little tedious over time.
Probe launched. Launching probe.
I have not been one to mod Mass Effect much, but it would be worth looking into to see if someone's modded it. So it's just like, yeah, you hit it with one probe and then it's done. Okay, we have done everything there. So that leaves 4 places left. And we're going to the first one. And we've got, what, 5? Yeah. One, I guess these are all kind of a row, so this would be 3. And that's moderate, so we're already done. At least the upside of knowing you don't need nearly as many resources as are available is that a lot of places are going to be moderate or less before you even start. So you can just immediately back out. Excuse me. 3 remaining. I do enjoy that there's so many planets and they had to give them all an orbital distance, an orbital period, and length of day, and this small like lore blurb. Some of them are inhabited, so they have information about like a primary city or the population levels. It's just in depth.
I have detected an anomaly.
Oh, well, never mind. I was about to say, I may be thinking of Mass Effect 3, where you more often find random stuff while scanning. But, clearly... There we go.
Probe away.
Found ourselves a distress beacon.
I have found something.
So I will finish scanning this, and then this will count as a mission, so we will accomplish whatever is here, and then we'll go back to the galaxy map and figure out where the RNG wants us next.
Launching probe.
We may be here in a minute, because this is a goodly amount of resources. I am also going to run out of probes at some point. So I will either get this to moderate, or I will run out of probes and call that a day.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe launched.
There we go. Now we will land here. We've got 4 companion choices, Ringing Miranda. And Jack. I haven't really unlocked any weapons yet, okay. I feel like there are a number of these where you can find them by scanning. I mean, you have to either way, but I believe a good number of these places, this would have been referenced somewhere else as part of like a side quest. Let's see. Just some lore stuff. They took catastrophic damage, lost navigation controls, sensors offline. They had life support for a minute, and their shields were holding. They had a contagion of some kind. Bad news bears happened here, which is why there's debris everywhere. Trying to be thorough, there's a good number of just like resources available on this particular planet from this crash site. If I go too far to the end, it's going to trigger excuse me, kind of the events here. So I am going to wrap around back towards the front this direction. Also going to switch back to my katana, and while I'm thinking about it, equip an ammo type.
Captain, short-range sensors just went offline, and I'm locked out of helm control. The VI is reporting malfunctions all over the ship.
And they give us an audio recording to indicate basically the same thing. Talk to me, I was highlighted something for a second. Oh, it's just that again. Okay. So now we'll head over here and get towards the actual events of this planet. And yeah, it's the tail end of a ship sticking out of a cliff, so they hit it pretty hard.
Attention all hands. We are on a collision course and losing systems fast. Report to the escape pods immediately. This is not a drill.
A bunch of mech armor, a bunch of mechs. Excuse me again, I am just clearing my throat nonstop. Keep seeing it highlight like I can click a thing. Oh, right in front of me. I'm just blind. There we go. Hello ourselves.
Trenton, we've got a problem in the cargo bay. Marcus says the mechs in the containers are activating and self-destructing. Go check it out.
So the mechs were self-activating.
Multiple hostiles powering up at your location. Recommend immediate extraction.
And then, yeah, turns out we have a horde of mechs to fight our way through.
No shields.
Come on, get my power. There we go. The terrifying thing about being a Vanguard is You're waiting on cooldowns to be able to get your shields back. In fact, we're going to switch. Well, we've got the Ymir mech. Really? Get her back up since she's failing me. I need her. Pushed that a little closer than I really needed to, I suppose. Here we go. Though there's not a big mech, I can charge forward for shields without feeling like I'm gonna get murdered. There's probably more mechs, but really this is a get the hell out, not a kill everybody.
Storm activity has reduced velocity to 40%. Proceed to shutter evacuation.
And there we go. Except I have to hit the button from this side, I guess. I don't know if I'm getting any real XP from killing these guys, but they are endless, so I'm not going to bother wasting a unity. Excuse me while I'm also eating lunch. Okay, that was not a major story mission. I'm going to try and talk to everybody, do a round of the ship every time we get kind of a plot mission done, so they'll usually have more to say. So what I'm doing is I have to navigate
Half our fuel.
back to getting fuel and probes. And also the Mass Effect relay. We should still have 7 places with things to do. Going to the first of those, which should be this. And we shall see what's going on. Alright. We've got 3 of these systems. And we're going to start with the one we're in. And there's really only one thing left to scan, so we will do that. And well, that was, alright, that's done. Two systems. 5, 6 things here. I guess that would be 1, and this would be 2, 3. So this will be 2. And we'll see how much of this I end up having to actually scan. This guy's
Launching
got
probe.
enough resources to bother.
Launching probe.
You can kind of see that 3 of these are, close enough. But element 0 is like impossible to find, so biotic upgrades are a pain in the ass. And since I'm playing, a biotic, I might actually need those. Some run-throughs it doesn't matter that
Probe
it's
away.
impossible to find because you don't really need it.
Launching probe.
Though, I mean, you can still do the biotic upgrades for the purposes of benefiting your team, but either way. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Probe launched.
Loaded in on a spike of a resource.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
Well, just occurs to me, I've never really thought about it before, whether they've programmed specifically where all these spikes are on each planet with resources, or if it's just generated each time.
Probe away.
It'd be kind of difficult, I imagine, to, map. I mean, you do have a grid, but
Probe launched.
I think it would be that hard. Just trying to find landmarks on a just mostly red ball. Okay. I apparently miscounted. So I counted 6, but that's definitely 7. Alright, well, we'll just roll 5 again. As I've said in the numerous other times I've done something goofy by mistake. Human error is just as good as RNG for introducing randomness.
Launching probe.
And when I started moving without holding the scan button, that was kind of
Probe
fun.
away. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched.
And a good chunk of the galaxy does open up later, but it is mildly frustrating that some of the later companions you get, their upgrades are increased probe capacity and fuel capacity, so you can explore farther and probe
Probe
more.
launched.
But by that point, you've got a good chunk of all the probing you need to do.
Probe away.
In fact, those are 2 upgrades where I wouldn't mind if the coin flip that his do you upgrade or not came up no. A lot of the other upgrades are critical.
Launching probe.
Alright.
Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched.
Kind of expected that to knock it down a peg. There was 3 different resources all
away.
in one go. Okay, well, next one did.
Launching probe. Probe launched.
There we go. With those, you kind of just indiscriminately gather all the resources you can, unless it's Ezo. If I find a planet that has spikes of Ezo, I might actually deplete that one. 3. We'll kind of just left to right these, which would make this 3. Already moderate, and nothing coming up anomaly-wise. Yeah, here we're very likely to be leaving some resources behind.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away.
Still a lot of resources here, but I'm out of probes, so we are done scanning in this particular sector. We'll hit the last
Anomaly
one,
detected.
just in case there's an anomaly. Interesting.
Repeat, suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit.
So, this is where the RNG took us, which means I need to go there, but I'm out of probes. So, gotta get some probes. And since I'll have more, I think I will mine that. Typically my idea is if I'm out of probes, I'm out. I'm not gonna go back to that system. But since I have to anyway, because the order decided on by RNGesus, we may as well.
Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched.
I thought it was funny. They have those green bars to like indicate like you're filling a tank or something, but you can fill them
Launching
infinitely.
probe.
So it almost feels like if they're gonna bother with that, it should cap you like you can't hold anymore. And then you'd have to kind of manage scanning and upgrading
Launching probe.
so that you don't waste any resources by trying to overfill. But I'm glad they didn't, because this is
I have
already
detected an anomaly.
enough. Oh, speaking of a planet that has element 0.
Probe away. Probe launched.
Alright.
Suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit. All hands prepare to burn down the house. All hands prepare to burn down the house. Repeat, suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit. All
Probe
hands
away.
We'll get to this probe
All hands prepare to burn down the house.
where clearly
Suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit. All hands prepare to burn down the house. All hands prepare to burn down the house. Repeat, suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit.
sorry, I'm trying to focus on getting the most element 0 for my money.
Sensors.
So whoever they are, they clearly know we're here. And they're trying to cover their tracks. Something. So this, moderate is normally where I stop, but this had a couple different element 0 spikes. So what I'm going to do is take this to deplete it. I'm still going to take whatever it is that spikes, so that I know it gets depleted, but yeah.
Launching probe.
That spike element 0 is hard to come by.
Probe away. Probe launched.
Here we've got 4 or 5 good spikes of it. It really is kind of like either the planet has a bunch of element 0 or it has none. And you can see the other things like starting to almost kind of spike. They're not really coming up.
Launching probe.
Alright. That's the problem with taking things to depleted, especially because you don't need to, is that eventually it becomes this real hide and seek game of where is something that you didn't quite get. And then judging these, like that's like not really a full-on spike like I'd normally bother with. This one is.
Probe away.
But trying to decide if like that whole halfway kind of almost spike is what's left and what you need to be scanning, or but usually you can still find a spike in there. Like I say, normally I'm not bothering at this point because I don't need to deplete every planet in order to get all the resources I need. But Ezo is the exception. It's hard to find. Yeah, it's kind of a spike.
Probe away.
Enough to scan.
Probe launched.
All this is the last spike I find because I'm betting it's just one more. Not even going to be Ezo. Yeah, that's
Probe away.
enough to scan. Oh, maybe not just one more. But yeah, I've clearly revolved around the planet a few times, and somehow it's like you just missed it. Sometimes they're real narrow. And depending on how long this goes, I may just call it. Oh, well, there we go.
Probe launched.
And that, yeah. Okay. See who's coming with us. Taking Miranda again. And Jacob. Just check that I don't have any new. Forgot to check skill points when I brought them with me, but that's fine. Oh yeah, this planet's a pain in the ass. The idea being that you're supposed to blow all these up before they destroy all the crates, but they're hard to kill because they're big old mechs. Get behind cover, you douche.
Here we go.
Yeah, even use my heavy weapon. That has been... Yeah, they've already destroyed 6 crates, and I have killed 1 dude. I am not a good class for this mission.
Have a nice trip.
is I'm not doing any of the missions that get me better weapons either. Nope, I don't want to change guns.
Night, night.
Yeah, I didn't care for that. I had to, yeah, that was predictable. I was about to get shot down, so my option was biotic charge to get shields, which then put me right in front of it, so. Which means I have to do all that again. And I did, even though I just said I forgot to do skill points, continue to forget to do skill points. Because who knows, maybe... Okay, well, let's mark all that as viewed, because the flashing light drives me insane. I don't have anything I can spend a point on, and nope. So skill level up was not a concern. That, and do that.
They've seen us. Here we go.
Yeah, the heavy weapon is just not doing it. Used half my heavy weapon ammo to not kill him. You know, the fridge launcher tries its best, but again, I just haven't been anywhere to unlock anything worth a damn. I've got the arc projector thing, just have never cared for how it functions as a gun. Alright. They're both dead. It's actually worth the meta jump now.
We've been spotted. Here goes.
Get over here!
Watch out!
Okay. A little less than half the crates. Still around. Let's see if there's any scannables. I don't remember. So at least a Metagel refill because they made me burn one. And then some Ezos. That's always worth it. Maybe there are some researches. This is just, yeah, lore log stuff about the people that were here. Alright, some power cell refills. That's nice since I burned 5 shots. Got 2 of them back. Okay, well that's everywhere here, so we'll end this. Go back to the galaxy map and see what's going on. I haven't cleared this place out, so we're still going to have 7 options as far as destinations, so we could end up right back here to clear out that last chunk. Or we could be going somewhere new. 2 is going to be Omega. Alright, well there's a lot to do. I've been made blurry. A lot to do in Omega. Give me while I try and get my camera to pay attention to me. That's slightly better. And immediately worse again. In any case, Omega, well, is not the only option. If we get to Omega. Because first we have to acknowledge that there are, Jesus, 6 options here. When we get to Omega, there's a lot of people to recruit and a lot of missions to do. It is generally where you go first when you're playing this game. Unless you go to the Citadel first, like I usually do, but they push you to go get Morden first. Okay. 3 things here. And plenty to scan.
Probe launched. Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe.
Sure are launching probes.
Probe
Good double
away.
spike that might knock us down to be done with this planet. Yes, it does. Oh, almost just kind of going left to right, but okay, well, I ended up going left to right anyway, but you never know. There was a chance that it would have mattered.
Launching probe.
Good news about
Probe
being
away.
RNG'd into doing a lot of this first is that when I do get Morden and have an upgrade lab, I'll be able to upgrade a lot of it right away.
Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away.
Done with that. 1 planet left here. Well, that's the other hard part. Is I'm pretty sure this is the same model as like the other 2 red planets we've seen. So if you were going to try and like actually map out spikes, I mean, I guess you would do it by name, but
Probe away.
and the hard part is finding like a solid landmark to have people start from.
Probe away.
I also don't know if this grid is consistent since it only appears when you pull the trigger. Doesn't matter. I'm not about to try and map out where deposits of things are.
Launching probe. Probe away.
Okay. I don't think I was doing that before, but I meant to before. Use in between head back and refuel, so each place has the same kind of chance at being used. I will say right now that you can try and go through the Omega 4 relay before you're able to, but no. So we're not going to include that in RNG, because we do want to actually finish the game. Four is going to be over here. And we've got just the 3 options. It's already moderate. You know, it occurs to me, because I try and do like top down, left to right, and sometimes that's ambiguous, but in the systems they actually put everybody's orbits, so I can just start counting from the middle out, and then I'm consistent. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. So I may be going all over left, right, up, down, but I will be going by the basically distance from the star. That's already done. Let's see if this is worth scanning or has an anomaly. So yeah, this has a little more information since it's inhabited. This is an Elcor planet. So I was just, going back to something I was saying a while ago, that somebody had to come up with all the lore for each planet, and just the
Launching probe.
astrophysics information of its gravity and its orbit. Oh, that's a little bit of element 0. We might actually be scanning this
Launching
planet
probe.
in depth. Yep, that's some real element 0.
Probe launched.
So we are going to go farther than we normally do to deplete this place, to make sure I get as much element
Probe
0
away.
as possible.
Launching probe.
Try and dial it in and make sure the spike's as high as it can go. Just in general, but especially with EZO, because you're just not seeing it most of the time.
Launching probe. Probe launched.
Those green bars that show like how full your storage tank is, even though it doesn't actually mean anything, they cap out at 25. So we've 25,000, So we've nearly, quote unquote, filled the
Probe
EZO
launched.
bucket. This should do it. There you go. Nice full green line. It's an imaginary green line. It doesn't mean
Launching probe.
anything, but it is full. Like I said, since it has some element 0 spikes, we will keep going.
Probe away.
Like, this could be the last EZO on the planet, and everything else that depletes it is not EZO, but we don't know that until we deplete it. So now that's not a huge spike, but it is 2 resources, and one of them is EZO, so
away.
it's definitely worth it. Feels like there wants to be a spike right here. It's just not a very big one. There's not much going on there, but I'm going to take it because it does have a little bit of
Launching
EZO.
probe.
And EZO is that hard to find. I mean, I say that a lot, but when you're down to 4, basically any spike is likely to be the last one. Okay. So we have dealt with that. Stopping back here for the refuel. And now we've got what? 4 more? 2. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to be outer ring, since that is the new and always the system. You count from the inside to the out, because that will be consistent. Alright, that's done. So this is the 3rd ring, so we go to the planet on it. And we're just running into a bunch of the ESO planets.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away.
Well, there we go. I was about to say we had the one good spike of ESO at least, and the rest of them have
launched.
just kind of been tied to other deposits that just had a little bit of ESO with them. Like this is got a small spike of ESO with the main spike of
launched.
platinum. But since we've had a couple spikes, yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
Okay. So we've got 3 left. Going to the innermost circle. It's already moderate. Okay, we're going to the next innermost, and then the last one will be the actual planet we land on.
Anomaly detected. Probe launched. Scans have found something.
And this was really cool for them to add. It's the wreckage of the original Normandy. So this is the planet you were around in that opening scene of the game, where that ship comes and kind of blurry again, kind of blows you up and starts this whole thing off. So I am gonna
Launching probe.
Scan this guy down.
Probe launched.
And then we'll land and
Probe launched.
take a moment.
Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away.
I was gonna say I'm done because it's moderate, but I happen to be on a spike when I let go of the thing. It's weird that they have you pull your gun out. Would you? Apparently I don't remember to put my gun away, but in any case. Yeah, this is a real somber section. As part of it, Rosamund Traven did not survive the Normandy crash, and there are, I think, 20 altogether just unaccounted for members of the Normandy crew. And these aren't people that you talk to all the time, but your ship was inhabited by a number of people that were just filling roles in the background. And, you know, whether or not you talk to them, Carolyn Granado in the Mass Effect universe filled a role. Had friends and people and helped you stop Sovereign and the Reaper invasion. That's going to pop up a couple times because you have a monument you can place, and there's a couple different spots that'll have you do it. Delete the Draven. There's a couple Dravens, turns out, and I don't know how they were all directly connected. As you go around, it will remind you. Some of these, like the bridge here, is a little more obvious as to what part it was, but some of them are a little more broken, a little harder to tell. You used to go out that door to get to the Citadel or whatever planet we were landing on. Nero Raman. Honestly, comes and goes very quickly. It might give me more information about who, like what role they filled on the ship. I don't know. Try and catch it as it comes up next time. Oh right, that's why they have you pull your gun out. I don't know if I can actually. Okay, I can just punch that open. But yeah, there's dog tags under the boxes. No, it does not. Carlton Tux does not tell us what Carlton did. It might, log of the like quest journal or something. Jamin Bakari. Just people running. It's honestly never knew what most of the people sitting at their computers along like the main walk to the bridge did, what they functioned, but presumably they were Running some like the electronic warfare suites that ships will engage in as they get close, trying to like hack and counter hack, disrupt each other's systems. They were helping calculate some of the paths across space. This was our command center. The galaxy map was. Addison Chase. Oh god, this one's one of the sadder bits. This is the journal of Navigator Presley. And it starts with him, because at the beginning of Mass Effect 1, he was very openly like, what are we doing with all these aliens? And here he is, he doesn't trust him. Calls it a zoo because we have aliens on board. Here he is, kind of empathizing with Tali for her pilgrimage. He's still being a little racist because he wouldn't let her babysit his kids, but it's not so bad that she's here. And by the end, he's rereading his past entries, realizing that he was very anti-alien, and understanding that they're all people and proud to serve with them. Navigator Presley had a real turnaround and was a cool character. Harvey Gladstone, member of the crew. Does it trigger it from this side? I gotta do it from the other side to get the little cutscene. I mean, that feels odd. Level up. Silas Crosby. Let's water out of the front of this. This should trigger. There we go. Mako, where we had to climb mountains with this tank. Honestly, looking at it, it feels like if you just took a flamethrower to melt all this ice, you could get that Mako up and running again. Jermaine Barrett. Barrett. Hector Emerson. Yeah, I just ended up on this lonely, frigid ice world. I don't think it said there was a population center, but I could be wrong. I'll double check the planet, like, info blurb before we move on. The sleeper pods that were at the back of the ship that no longer exist. Morden Laflamme. Flame. Part of me wants to say that these are names of people who have worked on the game, and I don't remember. Monica Negulesco? I'm bad at names. Raymond Tanaka. Apparently you hurry up when your gun's out. I feel like I'm walking faster. Helen Lowe. It's just kind of like the mess area where over here would have been, yeah, all those chairs, people standing in. That's where you initially encountered Ashley, Alexei Dubyansky. I mean, I guess they didn't put like the hangar like area where she was actually hanging out, like the lower level, for most of the game, down where the Mako was, but so they had you remember her there, but that's okay. Zizek Pakti. And yeah, there's that iconic outside edge of the ship. And I think we've encountered every place we can place the monument, but I don't want to place it till I found all these dog tags. 'Cause, yeah, the Alliance is gonna come here and do something, but they gave you the monument that you get to place, and they wanted to give you the chance to be the first to kind of walk the crash site and see if you could find these tags. Marcus Grieco. There's one more under that crate, and then I've missed one somewhere. Mina Waberry. Some Mizo. Now where did I miss one? And there's a crate somewhere that I need to bust open. Aha. Robert Felawa. Just this nice statue of the Normandy swooping off into the sky. To commemorate what happened here, and I think there's like an idea to turn it into a site. Maybe people come visit it, but for our purposes, we found those that were MIA. Did what we needed to do. And once we've done a couple side
Commander,
missions.
you received a new message at your
Yeah,
private
Sam.
terminal.
Sure, I've got some of that. Do you have anybody?
That Kasumi is an interesting addition to the crew. I can see why she's good at her work. She never reveals anything meaningful about herself. It's all on the surface. It'll be a challenge getting to know who she really is. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
We've
You
already
have
done
automated messages at your private
kind of our
terminal. Anything else, Commander?
get to know Kelly bit.
That'll be all.
So
I'll be here if you need
now
anything.
she can just tell me if anybody urgently wants to talk to me, or if there are messages. So yeah, like a couple things. Okay, so one of the place that had all the mechs that were, I guess there were two. There was the smuggling place where they're breaking the crates. The one before that, where the mechs went crazy and killed everybody on their ship. We found like the last place they came from in case it's a problem from there. So now we can investigate that station. We got some crates, so we got some credits for that. And Admiral Hackett was grateful for getting those dog tags back, and now people can visit that want to. I'm gonna stop here. Like I said, I was curious if this was populated. Oh, that just says mission now. Okay, I guess you should pay attention before there was a mission, because there's no data now. I don't think it's inhabited. It's a giant ball of ice. Yep. To the Normandy crash site, so we need to go back to the main galaxy map, since we are not doing Omega. still have, nope, not 27, just 7 options. 4, 2, 3, is there another one up here? I guess that one would kind of be 3. Problem is I'm not consistent with how I count these, so I think this is 4. I don't remember what it was earlier when we came here, but I think it was 4. And we still have 4 options, because one of them is not fully explored. Dropping things. So there is a chance we go visit that station. Might be a different anomaly altogether. Or we're going to pick up Grunt. Looks like we're starting up here. And there's only one thing left, so we will check this out. Interesting. A lot of people live here, looks like, and humans and Batarians tried cohabitating. And they're not doing great. But hey, for us, it's an exoplanet.
Launching probe. Probe launched.
According to that blurb, yeah, in an effort not to piss off the Batarians they were trying to share the planet with, the government here abolished the minimum
Probe
wage,
away.
which meant wages could be depressed because Batarians are slavers. And so it just kind of let them do what they wanted, essentially. Which led to civil
Probe
war,
away.
and now they're trying to recover from that.
Probe
Galaxy
away.
is not always a nice place.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away.
While they're in the middle, I'll scan for a second and see if I see another. Yeah, see, I thought I saw Ezo spikes.
Probe
So it is
launched.
worth depleting to make sure I get all the Ezo.
Probe away.
Because despite the fact that I've found like 3 or 4 Ezo planets while talking about how hard Ezo is to find,
Probe
if you
away.
look, while that feels plentiful, I've got like 100,000 more of any other resource than I do Ezo. Not quite, maybe 90,000.
Launching probe.
Just kind of tells you how plentiful they are.
Launching probe. Probe
So
launched.
yeah, I'm going to mine this all the way just to make sure I don't miss any
away.
Ezo. So now we're on, it's down to poor status, so literally any spike could be our last. And it's more and more likely each spike. If we can even find another spike. Well, like beginnings, they feel like they want to turn into a spike, but actual spike. At a certain point, I'm losing interest. Yeah, it could be that it's just all these little spikes add up to still not be depleted, but I'm gonna call that good enough. Alright, we're gonna go back to get fuel and probes. And now we shall see, because there should be 3 left. Got 1, so that's going to be this one. We'll see, there may be something scannable and landable here, otherwise we'll be funneled to one of the other 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we count from the innermost ring out, so this is going to be ring 2. Looks like this has some resources to gather.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched.
Here we go. That leaves us with 6. 1, skip that 1, 2, 3. Is visually a very cool planet.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched.
Dang.
Launching probe.
One of the biggest spikes you can see. It's going all the way off to where it like fades out.
Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
Okay, that's done. 3 more options. Where's the thing on this ring? Aha! It's the second purple one in this area,
Probe away.
which is very fun.
Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away.
We'll see if we end up going to get Grunt or that station, but unfortunately this has been a pretty scan-heavy episode
Probe
of
launched.
strip mining. I didn't even pay attention to that. I said moderate when I just was scanning that, and it was just kind of zoned out. Scanning away. Alright, we got 2 left. That's already moderate. Which leaves us with this guy. So one more to scan in this system, and then we'll find out whether we're getting Grunt
Probe
or that
launched.
station. This is the only 2 systems left.
Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe.
The image on this planet is flickering in a way that they haven't been. That is just more noticeable on this one.
Probe away.
Go down to good.
Launching probe.
Alright, well, this is either going to hit moderate or I'm going to
Probe
fire one more
launched.
probe and then I'm out.
Probe launched.
Alright, so we leave some resources behind, but that is okay. So we're gonna stop here. To refill, and now the question is, alright, well, just to show you, where I don't have those nice rings, I'm still doing top to bottom, left to right. So that would make this option 1. So we are going to be getting Grunt, expanding our team. But we will of course start by, we could ignore the 5th ring because that is just the relay. So unless there's one real close to the sun, sometimes they do hide one. That means we have 4 possible stops. Already moderate, so we're done there. 3 possible stops. What are we doing? Leave orbit. Once in a while that happens where it just won't back out of the orbit from the planet, so I have to exit the whole map because that button still works. There we go. 2 possible stops. Alright, and we are going to Corliss. A lot of side stuff, a lot of scanning, but we are getting the main mission done. Let's see who we bring. Jacob and Miranda. Disappointing, but that's okay. they will become less and less frequent as we have more options. I mean, they will become less and less likely, I suppose. Okay, I've got 5 options for these skill points. We're putting them in incendiary ammo. We have 3 options for your points. Putting them into overload. And we only have 1 option. And what I've been doing for this is I still spin for the 3 options essentially, on the idea that it might want to save points. So 3. It wanted us to put Cerberus operative, but we can't, so we save the points. Hey, Indian Nanners. Hello. Well, I'm glad you've been lurking like crazy. You haven't missed a ton. The RNG has taken me on a strip mining adventure, but we are now gonna recruit Grunt. We're finally doing something real.
The dossier doesn't say
Well, we've done a
about
couple
killers on
little
this
side
planet by
quests,
choice.
mostly blowing up medics,
Assume
but
hostiles.
There is only one measure of success. Kill or be killed. Perfection is your goal.
Broadcasting orders over loudspeaker.
let's turn on some ammo types.
Charming. Stay focused.
Yeah, this
We're looking for a Krogan
this will be
warlord.
fun. I haven't gotten any weapon upgrades. And this is definitely one of those maps that does not like to give you places to use your biotic charge. Puts people up on shelves where you can't get them.
Being hired is merely the beginning. You must earn your place in the mighty army we are building.
Observation post ahead. They look tense.
You look tense. How about that? How are you not dead? Hey, this guy. Oh, you know what I realized? Yeah, definitely lots of stripping. I don't think I have... I don't remember if this is going to have a quick fire scene, but I need to know whether or not I'm doing the next, like, quick action. So 1 has been yes, 2 has been no. All right, no, I am skipping the next quick action.
Shit. Won't stop bleeding. I'm gonna... Son of a bitch.
Doesn't look that bad, actually. He doesn't need to know that.
I knew it wasn't Berserkers. Not at range. You're Mercs. Or Alliance. I'm not telling you anything.
You're not in the best bargaining position. I'm looking for a Krogan named Okeer.
Who? You already know more than I do. I just killed Krogan. The old one in the lab dumps crazy ones down here all the time. Jador hired him to make her an army, but the Krogan he creates are insane. So we use them for live ammo training. It's all crap. I don't get paid enough to goddamn bleed out.
Outpost 4, Jador wants us to move. We need coordinates on that Krogan pack.
What's he talking about?
Jador runs a Blue Suns outlier, and she's making Krogan for an army. But they all come out crazy. Tough as hell, but just insane.
Heavy ordnance is a lot cheaper than a breeding setup.
I don't know. I just point and shoot and bank my credits. Maybe there's something better in the labs.
Alright. He has not answered that radio for a second. Okay, that would be 1, but we're skipping it.
I want your friends gone. Understand?
Patrol, the last group dispersed. Lost sight 5 minutes ago.
Dispersed? Jador will be pissed. She wanted a show.
You asked for a report, you got it. Dispersed.
Understood. Returning to the labs.
There, you see? I'm helping.
If you start limping now, you might find a shady spot before you bleed out.
Shit. Oh, shit. Oh.
The scare was a nice touch. I thought so. Come on. Our warlord is somewhere in Jador's lab.
I need your approval, Marina.
Training is part of your contract. Failure to
Cerberus,
perform
being
means
Cerberus
liquidation,
out here.
legal and otherwise.
Yeah, fucking the anti-Vanguard shelf.
Good shot.
I need your approval even less, Jacob.
Come on over. Have a nice trip.
Yeah, just antibiotic charge shelf after antibiotic charge shelf. It's a very depressing level for a Vanguard.
I've got him.
Kahoo. You know, they're either hiding or you guys are crazy. Which both are fairly likely.
Your warning. As ferocious as they are, failures are inevitable.
There we go. Just a slowly dropping body. Okay.
They've seen us.
We have guests in the if there's a case, all votes are denied.
Felt that one.
Alright. Let's talk to the Crazy Krogan. What's up, Crazy Krog?
You are different. New. You don't smell like this world. 7 night cycles, and I have felt only the need to kill. But you... Something makes me speak.
He's only a week old.
That's not what I wanted. There we go. Alt tab, not shift tab.
They must breed them full size, ready to kill. Not much improvement over regular mercs if they need training.
Bred to kill. No. I kill because my blood and bone tell me to. But it's not why I was flushed from Glass Mother. Survival is what I hear in my head. Against the enemy that threatens all
It's not a very
mankind,
comfortable term,
but I
Glass
failed,
Mother.
even before waking. That is what the voice in the water said. That is why I wait here.
Do I have questions? No, I don't.
Can you show me the laboratory? I need to speak with Ophir.
The Glass Mother. She is up, past the broken parts, behind many of you fleshy things. I will show you.
Well, the grunt is great, but can I take a bunch of these tank bred guys? They're very reasonable for Krogan.
Impressive. And dangerous.
You fleshy things are slow when big things are in your way.
Can you show us the way? Help us fight to the lab.
No,
No will to fight back?
I will fight if they come, but I feel it deep that I must wait. I kill, but only here. I am not perfect, but I have purpose. I must wait until called, released.
Okay, guy.
Don't like the look of that. Stay alert.
Run for your damn life! They're all free!
Can't get along.
Shields are down.
Shoot. Be less irritating. There. Be dead. Dead is less irritating.
I got it.
Exploding
Krogan
fast.
charging.
Okay. I liked the ice arrow because it makes them vulnerable to my biotics and things, but I'm gonna be fighting these Krogan boys with their armor.
Watch out! Can't target them.
You absolutely can.
Firing now. Watch out! Taking heavy fire. Can't get Enemy
I love it when you trigger a dialogue line right before you charge, and then it all gets all slow mo. Oh. Yeah, man, I need new guns.
Krogan on our 6. Copy, goddammit. Where's Jador and her personal guard?
This is valuable.
I mean, it is, but not for me. I'm not using a sniper.
Watch out! Here we go.
Oh, there's still more shooting. Let me see if I can get you up by killing everybody, Miranda, because I don't care to use them at a job. See, that feels like everybody's dead, and you should be up now. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Stun 'em. Come on over. Have a nice trip.
Can't target them.
There we go. Welcome back to the Landing of Living.
Concentrate on the Krogan charge or we're all dead. Who was a genius who gave them arms?
I ruined up my gun cycle by making me switch to that. Here we go. Oh, the little hat. hacking minigame. Hey, got me some money. You're both right here. Making sure Miranda caught up after being dead. Not good, not good, not good. I need my shields. There we go.
Enemy down.
Can't get along.
Could get a lock, you would suck.
Perfect.
Okay. Didn't die. Some sketchy moments, but I didn't die.
I command that they be killed. What is so hard to understand?
He goes. My shields are down.
Go. Yeah, shotgun, just a little more shotgun ammo would be a game changer.
Concentrate fire on my position! Concentrate on...
That guy died very comically. A little hacking mini game. Stealing all the money. This place.
Damn it! Someone get her off the speakers and out here!
There we go.
place is too chock full of enemies to try and kill everybody to get Miranda up, so I'm gonna waste a minute, Jill.
Contact!
Come on over.
Can't target them!
Get over here.
Go.
Shepard, don't shoot. You know me.
Do I know?
I shut down the security cams as soon as I saw it was you. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad it's you shooting up the place. Sorry, Ranna Thanoptis. You let me go when you destroyed Saren's lab on Vermeer. Had to outrun a nuke in a utility pod, but it's still a second chance.
I assume you have a good reason for being at this lab?
Don't worry, I'm not wasting the chance you gave me. My work here, strictly beneficial. Not for the mercs. Jador's on a standard power trip. But Okeer is trying to do something good, even if his methods are a little extreme. Everyone deserves a second chance, right? And sometimes giving one pays off. I take care of my debts.
Time to run again, Rana. You never know when it might blow up next.
Suppose I can't expect a warm goodbye after the last mess. Don't worry. I'm staying the hell away from whatever you do and wherever you go. Thanks anyway, Shepard.
You give too many favors.
I just can't with you. Look at see how I'm not getting credits right now. I'm getting Metagel because I had to use Metagel because you go down all the time. Maybe don't talk back to me. How about that?
Here you are. I've watched your progress.
What's up, Okeer?
It's about time. The batteries on these tanks will not wait while you play with these idiotic mercs.
I take it you're Okeer. You don't seem particularly caged or grateful that I'm here.
You may claim to be here to help, but the formerly deceased Shepard is not a sign of gentle change. Surprised? Old Krogan should know you. I'm sure Rana has already revisited your actions on Vermeer.
I'm sure you're eager to retell the story.
Such a tale. Saren, the Spectre traitor, threatens the return of the Krogan horde by curing the genophage, undoing the gentle genocide of the Turians and Solarians. But before Saren can deliver his endless troops, in rides Shepard, securing victory through nuclear fire. I like that part. It has weight.
I make no apologies. It was the most efficient solution.
But I approve. Saren's pale horde were not true Krogan. Numbers alone are nothing. mistake of an outsider, one that these mercenaries have also made. I gave their leader my rejects for her army, but she grows impatient. It's time for you to take me out of here.
We're here about the collectors. We couldn't care less about your problems.
I see. Yes, collector attacks have increased. A human concern. My requests were focused elsewhere. I acquired the knowledge to create one pure soldier. With that, I will inflict upon the Genophage the greatest insult an enemy can suffer. To be ignored.
Your methods are extreme, but you know how to deconstruct a threat. Will you help us?
Perhaps I can strike a deal to secure passage. But my prototype is not negotiable. It is the key to my legacy.
Attention! I have traced the Krogan release. Okeer, of course. I'm calling blank slate on this project. Gas these commandos and start over from Okeer's data. Flush the tanks!
She's that weak-willed. She'll kill my legacy with a damn valve. Shepard, you want information on the collectors? Stop her. She'll try to access contaminants in the storage bay.
Now you know something? Don't jerk me around, Okeer.
I will give you everything I can. My legacy must not suffer this insult. Jador will be with the rejected tanks. Kill her. I will stay and do what must be done.
I'm not looking forward to this fight with this particular crew. Also, even though we're kind of in a hurry, I guess I'm gonna stop real quick and do some hack-a-lacking. I guess this is bypassing if you go by the name of that minigame, but still.
This should come in handy.
Fucking door, excuse me?
Enough. They see you, Shepard! It's me, Shepard. I got it. Incoming!
Tag!
Can't get a lock.
You can. Alright, well that part's done.
Taking fire.
Okay. Very problematic for a minute. Pinned between a Krogan and a Ymir mech, but I'm no longer pinned between those things.
Attacking heavy mech.
Have a nice trip!
It's gonna blow! Alarms in the lab.
Oh,
Damn it,
okay, well
what's
that wasn't
Okeer
nearly
doing
as
back
bad as I
there?
was anticipating. These guys have just been failing me so consistently.
The remaining lab systems are unprotected, and I have gained limited access. According to lab scanners, the room is flooded with toxins and Okeer's personal life signs are failing rapidly.
Contamination detected. Emergency vent in progress. Contamination detected. Emergency vent in progress.
I would tell you, but everything is in my prototype.
Okeer wasted his life to save this single Krogan?
Can't be worse than Okeer. And if he's tough, we need him.
Forgot there's a chance the RNG just won't wake up Grunt.
A pure Krogan could pack a hell of a punch. We can always use another heavy hitter. If he'll even help. I doubt anyone's ever asked for his opinion on anything. Normandy, Okeer is a no-go, but we have a package that needs retrieval. And he's a big one.
Alright, well, it's nearing the end of what I have time for,
But I
so
have
we'll
concerns about
do the
weight.
rounds, talk to everybody, see if we wake up
You've said
Grunt.
that a few times now.
A normal Krogan is dangerous. This one was created and likely educated by a madman.
That would be one, so now this is one, so this is two.
You know what? The tank's here. It's staying until I decide what to do with it, and that's that. It's your decision, Commander. Just be careful. Noted. The cargo hold is safe enough while I decide what to do with him.
Alright. Talk to some folks.
Commander, can I help you with something?
Maybe. Don't know if there's anything new here.
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
Alright.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
That's all I wanted to talk to Jacob about, it would seem. Go say hi to Joker. And then go to the rest of the ship.
So, Hadley, how you gonna spend your next furlough?
You really think we'll have another shore leave?
Of course. Shepard's forming the best team this galaxy has ever seen. We're gonna kick some.
Commander.
I don't think there's much new content here, if any.
I assume everything's going well up here?
We're just having an argument over personalization of my workspace.
Cerberus regulations are clear, Mr. Moreau. Personalization does not include grease on my bridge cameras.
It's just mad that all its footage of me looks like a dream sequence.
Okay, yeah, that's nothing new.
See you, Commander.
Joker's fun, but he doesn't usually have a whole lot of in-depth dialogue.
No messages for you, Commander.
Okay, right, this is a summary. Like, I don't think I can upgrade from this terminal, I just know that it has an upgrades button. So yeah, until I get Mordin, I'm locked out of a lot of upgrades. Which, quite frankly, is kind of dumb. Maybe the idea that is that Mordin's the one making the upgrades. Did I get you your brandy? I don't remember.
How may I help you, Commander?
I don't think so. I feel like that would be an option right now. Okay, no, this is all stuff we've said before.
I'll see you later, Doctor. Commander.
Bye.
Rupert, there's something different with tonight's meal. Seems like you put in more food and less ass.
Yeah, keep talking.
Commander, what can I do for you?
I don't know.
Do you have a minute, Miranda? No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
That's a good question. What does the RNG wish to learn?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus' long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific. But we're all working towards the same goal. We keep our ranks and structure similar to the Alliance. A lot of our recruits started there, but not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the Elusive Man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
I always love when the abrupt buy is an option. Just, oh wow, you're really good at your stuff, I guess bye.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
Do I care about genetic modifications? Do I get out of here? Bye.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Hey.
I feel like I've explored these, but I don't remember. So we're just gonna hit a
What do
thing.
you think of Miranda and Jacob?
Jacob doesn't know who he is, but that's not my problem. Miranda's a Cerberus bitch. Knew that before she opened her mouth.
Okay, cool. I guess I'm investigating this.
What do you think of our mission?
I don't care. I'm out to survive it, then cut loose.
Not shift tab, alt tab, you fool. There we go. Guess we're not talking. Bye.
Go.
Yep.
It's not RNG whether I activate this. Because I know with Legion there's like a coin flip.
The subject is stable, Shepard.
Oh, maybe it is.
Integration with onboard systems was seamless.
Okay, yeah, there's a thing. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm leaving it the way it is. Make sure nobody tampers with it.
Of course, Shepard.
Okay, bye. What I might do, I could call that like Grunt stays asleep, and that's just what the RNG decided. But what I might do is treat it like I do every other person on the ship, where you go talk to him. Sometimes you just walk away, sometimes you keep talking. So he's asleep for now, is how I'm going to treat that, I think. Whenever I do rounds of the ship, he has another chance to wake up, and he might not. I don't think I've gotten any armor options. It's all the same. Okay. Save that, and what I'm gonna do is look around, because that's about all I have time for. Did a lot of strip mining, did some side quests. Finally, in the end, got to do a main mission. We've picked up Grunt, and he is just not awake yet, because the RNG said so. But that's alright. Just looking at who's on. Nikki is on. Often is when I'm doing Mass Effect, so I'm going to send us there. Thanks for sticking around, lurking, being a part of things. I'm going to send us that way, and thanks for stopping by.